channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you are returning and loyal subscriber, welcome, and thank you so much for your support and encouragement on this channel. Now, before we get started, I wanted to let you guys know that for this year we have a goal of getting to 1,000 subscribers by July the 18th, which is the channel's anniversary. So if you're able to help me in any way, shape or form to get to that goal, I will highly appreciate it. Share with other fellow foodies. Alright, so let's get straight back onto the video. For today, I will be making you guys the very exciting and delicious cuisine that is Jamaican food. I absolutely love Jamaican food, and if I'm being very honest, I think it's one of my favorite cuisines for many reasons. We can talk about that as we go along in this video. However, you guys know I'm a huge advocate for meal preps, and although we've just started doing them here, meal preps are something that I actually done for a very long time, and I feel like I saw the most benefit from the meal preps when I started to mix up the meals and mix up the cuisines, because I was no longer bored and then, you know, kind of, okay, I've been eating the same thing for a whole month, let me just go and start binging or eating something else. I found that having a variety in my meals actually made it so sustainable, and over time I was actually looking forward to doing a new meal prep because I knew I'd be eating a different cuisine almost every single week, and that for me is part of the secret to how I went from looking like this to looking like this. A whole 66 pounds, or in the UK 30 kgs less. So without further ado, I want you guys to buckle up your seatbelts because we're going to take a trip to the islands in our kitchen, and you will not be disappointed because I guarantee that these recipes are things that you can recreate at home and you will absolutely love.
Alright, so let's get on with our Jamaican cuisine meal prep. Now you guys will start to notice that I really enjoy having some sort of smoothie or juice first thing in the morning, especially in the warmer months, and this is no different. What I've done here is I've decided to go ahead and make a smoothie using some pineapple, bananas, as well as mangoes, and I do also go ahead and add some yogurt, some honey, and some almond milk to get that perfect smoothie consistency. You can definitely add some ice cubes or some frozen pineapples like I did, and you'll have this delicious tropical themed smoothie. As part of our breakfast options, I decided to go ahead and make some baked plantains in the oven, and here you can see how I like to slice them. When you slice them this way, I feel as though they retain that nice softness on the inside because they're not too thin, and I just season it with very light seasoning, just using some black pepper, some sea salt, and some olive oil. Mix that all in thoroughly, put it on a baking tray, and of course you just want to make sure that you've spaced them out evenly so they cook all the way through. Place it in the oven for roughly around 20 minutes and they're done. So to a preheated pan, add some olive oil, some sweet peppers and spring onions. Stir them lightly and leave them to cook. In a separate bowl, add some eggs, some salt and black pepper. Mix that all in. And then you can go ahead and add your sweet peppers and spring onions into the bowl, mix it around, add it to the pan, and just allow it to cook. Make sure you don't burn your omelette. And once it's done, just get it out of the pan. Do not overcook your omelette because you still want it to be nice and moist. Add that onto your plate. And then you can pair that with the baked plantains that we made and half an avocado. Just add some black pepper, and that is your breakfast with a side of that delicious tropical smoothie. Nice and easy. Now let's prep our lunch. Over here I've got some fresh salmon fillets. I'm going to add some all-purpose seasoning. You could also use sea salt if that's what you have access to. I've added some dried thyme, some green seasoning, as well as jerk seasoning marinade, and I'm just going to use my clean hands to pat it into the salmon to make sure that every corner of the salmon is fully coated in this delicious seasoning. Now go ahead and add that onto your baking tray. It's best to use a baking sheet because this does not stick as much as a foil. Drizzle some olive oil on top. Place that into the oven for roughly around 15 to 20 minutes and the salmon will be ready. Now we're going to make some mashed sweet potatoes to accompany our jerk salmon fillets. Now to a pot of boiling water, I've added some sea salt just to add some flavor. I've diced up the sweet potatoes and I boiled them for roughly around 15 to 20 minutes. And I've gone ahead and drained the water so that I can now mash the sweet potatoes. Once you've mashed them, add some black pepper, sea salt and some unsalted butter. Mash it until completely smooth. Look how gorgeous this looks. Garnish with some coriander and you're done. So one of my favorite things to do, especially when I am making food that is relatively spicy, is to have a nice salad on the side to just balance out the spice in the food. And over here you can see me making a rainbow salad or a rainbow coleslaw, and I've just added my delicious cherry tomatoes. If you know anything about me, you know I love tomatoes and cherry tomatoes are just divine. I've just added my sliced cherry tomatoes to a bowl of pre-sliced and shredded carrots, sweet peppers, spring onions and coriander. And we're going to use this salad for the lunch as well as for dinner, or you can eat it alone. Now let's make some juicy jerk chicken. All you will need is some chicken thighs freshly washed and pat dried. Now to the mixing bowl you're going to add some all-purpose seasoning, jerk seasoning marinade, green seasoning paste, dried thyme and olive oil. Mix it together. Place that into a baking tray and then go ahead and cook that for around 35 to 40 minutes and just look how gorgeous they turned out. Now it's only right that we make a delicious side to go with our jerk chicken thighs. Now what I've done here is I've just added some sea salt into a pot of boiling water and I'm going to add some penne pasta. You can use whichever pasta of your choice, but this is what I decided to use. And we're actually going to make some Rasta pasta. Now this dish is originally vegetarian, but I've opted for making it with some chicken. And in a bowl, as you can see, I've just added some sliced chicken thighs. These are much better than chicken breasts because they do hold a lot of moisture and it makes it a lot juicier. And in the mixing bowl, I've just added some all-purpose seasoning. You could use sea salt if you like, some green paste as well as some jerk chicken marinade, and this just gives you super flavorsome chicken thighs. And once you sear it, you will really see and also smell how delicious that seasoning comes together, and this is just going to make such a good base for our Rasta pasta. Okay, so in the same pan that you just cooked the chicken thighs, you want to go ahead and add a little bit more olive oil. Add some sliced sweet peppers, some diced garlic, as well as seasoning it with a little bit of paprika, some dried thyme, as well as a little bit of all-purpose or sea salt if you like. And just give that a quick stir before adding some double cream, which is really what brings together this Rasta pasta. You can see how nice and creamy this is already looking. And to finish it off, add a little bit of the mozzarella cheese or whichever cheese you desire, just to give it a little bit more of that creaminess. And what I've done is I've added some chicken stock, and that was a stock from the jerk chicken thighs that we cooked earlier. So go ahead and add your pre-cooked chicken thighs into the pot, and then you can add some spring onions to garnish. This is completely optional, as well as some coriander, or you could use parsley. And just stir this all together and it's more or less done. It smells amazing. It's packed full of flavor. And of course, all you need to do now is to just add your penne pasta and you have your delicious pan of Rasta pasta. So easy. And I can guarantee that you may not even need to pair this with a jerk chicken. You can have this as a main, but it's nice to have it as a side when you're doing a meal prep. It's a nice carb meal to have. Now, you know I couldn't go without giving you guys some ideas on what you could make for snacking, because I know snacking is a major issue, especially when it comes to trying to lose weight. Sometimes you just feel like you need to eat something nice and sweet to give you a little pick-me-up, and this is a very good idea to actually do. So this is essentially going to be a tropical fruit medley. Over there you see me cutting a ripened mango, and I just cube that mango, and I've got some nice delicious passion fruit. This just allows you to have that taste of the tropical, gives you that hit of sugar that you need when you feel a little bit peckish, but it's still quite healthy. You can definitely have this as a snack or for breakfast, or you can potentially have it as a dessert. So it is actually a very versatile thing to make, and it's also very good to actually have in the fridge. So if you're someone who likes to have oats or Weetabix in the morning, you can just add a nice scoop of this fruit into your mix and you'll have your 5-a-day first thing in the morning. But just look how beautiful and refreshing this looks. I bet you can just about smell the delicious ripened fruits through the screen. And yeah, you've just got a list of beautiful fruits that you can make and enjoy. And just like that, we are done. I've already gone ahead and laid out all of my glassware for the meal prep. And this is a fun part where we get to assemble all of the delicious recipes that we made. If you're someone that does not like to eat the same thing every single day, this is a great way for you to kind of switch about your lunch and your dinner. Remember, this is only guidance, so what you have or what I've made for lunch, you could actually have for dinner, and what I've made for dinner, you could have for lunch, and you could also mix and match. So perhaps you can have some Rasta pasta with some salmon, as well as some mashed potato with some jerk chicken. It's entirely up to you. And remember, we made a bowl full of delicious and fresh salad. You could always use that to eat with your protein instead of having the carbs as well.
Okay, my lovelies, so we're coming to the end of this Jamaican meal prep video, and I just wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek into how my fridge looks after a good meal prep session. Here is the thing, in as much as this is for our health, to keep us accountable on our goals and things of that nature, it does also have a very aesthetic appeal to it. Opening your fridge and being able to know that this is my lunch, this is my dinner, and just seeing it, I feel like it just makes me at least feel super duper fulfilled, and it's like a win before the week has even begun. Because that's the thing, if you can win one battle or at least one challenge, if you can get over one challenge at the beginning of the week, in this case a meal prep, it makes you feel that bit more encouraged that no matter what may come your way, you can conquer it that week or that day. So this is basically it. I highly encourage you guys to find a way to dedicate a section of your fridge to your meal prep, because it makes things so much more easier. Once you are kind of like done with the meal prep, just clean it out and then go ahead and add whatever you cook the following, whether it be Sunday or Monday, back into the fridge, and you know that these are my meals for this week. And when you run short on anything, you know exactly what you're short of, right? So over here you can see I've got the smoothies that we just made, and then you can see that I've got some snacks at the top. I love cherry tomatoes as snacks, so I always have those to kind of like grab and chew on. I've got some carrots and some celery over here. You may have seen these in my other meal prep video as well. And then over here you can see that we've got the salmon and sweet potato, and on this side over here we've got the jerk chicken, as well as the Rasta pasta. And down here I've got the fruits that I encourage you guys to have also as snacks, or potentially have them as part of your breakfast as well. Fruits are really, really amazing to have first thing in the morning. And at the bottom over here we have got our rainbow coleslaw at the bottom, and of course we've got our breakfast bits, including the plantain and the plantain and the vegetables that we will be using to make our omelette. So this is essentially it. This is our meal prep. Thank you so much for staying tuned and for enjoying this meal prep. If you would like more specific cuisine type of meal preps, because maybe perhaps you like the Caribbean meal prep, but you would like to see another type of cuisine, just to give you a few more ideas on what you could actually cook on your meal preps, then do let me know and I can definitely make that happen. Well, until next time, it's been a pleasure having you guys here. I really hope that you've enjoyed this. If you liked what you saw, like somewhere over there. And if you are a new viewer and you would like to stay tuned and to watch more exciting healthy meal prep videos, then you can definitely go ahead and subscribe and also turn on your notifications so you know when I post a new video. But until next time, I've got more meal prep videos over here, as well as more healthy Caribbean recipes down here. And until next time, my lovelies, bye bye.